What if everything you've been told about happiness is a lie? Imagine a man walking through a city at dusk, the glow of streetlights flickering around him. He's alone, but his steps are steady, his heart calm. The world tells him he's missing something, that without a girlfriend his life is incomplete, a story half written. But what if this solitude isn't a curse? What if it's the key to a life so rich with meaning it defies society's shallow script? In a culture that glorifies romantic love, where every billboard, song and social media post insists that a partner is the path to fulfillment, it's easy to feel like you're falling short. You scroll through feeds filled with couples, hear friends boast about their relationships, and wonder, am I enough on my own? This question gnaws at the soul, but today we're going to silence it. Because the truth, rooted in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, is that a man doesn't need a girlfriend to live a meaningful life, he needs only himself, his mind, his virtues, his purpose. Stoicism, the philosophy of emperors like Marcus Aurelius, sages like Seneca, and freed slaves like Epictetus, offers a radical truth. Happiness doesn't come from others. It comes from within. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." These words, penned by a man who ruled an empire amidst chaos, remind us that meaning isn't found in fleeting connections, but in the strength we cultivate inside. Picture a young man named Daniel, sitting in his apartment on a quiet Friday night. His friends are out on dates, and the silence feels heavy. Society whispers that he's failing, that he needs someone to complete him. But Daniel picks up a journal instead of his phone. He writes about his dreams, to build a career he loves, to travel to distant mountains, to become a man his future self would admire. In that moment, he realizes something profound. His life isn't empty. It's a canvas, and he holds the brush. This video isn't about rejecting love or dismissing relationships. It's about reclaiming your power to define your own worth. We're about to explore 7 Stoic-inspired reasons why a man can live a deeply meaningful life without a girlfriend. Reasons that will shift how you see yourself and the world. If you're here, you're not chasing shallow answers. You're seeking wisdom that endures. So, don't skip a single second of this journey. Stay with me, and let's uncover the strength that's been within you all along. Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Today, you're taking a step toward that mastery. You're not just watching a video. You're joining a community of seekers, men and women who dare to question the noise and build lives of purpose. Let's begin this exploration together, guided by Stoic wisdom, to discover why solitude can be your greatest teacher, why independence is your superpower, and why a meaningful life starts with you. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Reason 1. Being single fosters inner freedom. Imagine a vast open desert under a starlit sky, where the horizon stretches endlessly before you. There are no fences, no chains, no voices telling you where to go. This is the freedom of a man who walks alone, not bound by the expectations of a relationship, but liberated to explore the depths of his own soul. In a romantic relationship, even the best ones, your choices are often shaped by another's needs. You adjust your schedule to match hers, temper your dreams to align with shared goals, or soften your words to keep the peace. But when you're single, the compass is yours alone. You decide what matters, where to invest your time, and who you want to become. This isn't selfishness, it's sovereignty. It's the freedom to live by your own principles, unswayed by external pressures. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to wisdom, taught us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you're single, you're forced to become that master. Without a girlfriend's influence, you confront your desires, fears, and ambitions head-on. You learn to find joy not in someone else's approval, but in the quiet certainty of your own path. This inner freedom is the foundation of a meaningful life, because it allows you to live authentically, guided by reason and virtue. Consider a man named Liam, a 28-year-old graphic designer. After a breakup, he found himself alone, with weekends once filled by dates, now stretching empty before him. Society told him to rush back into dating, to fill the void. But Liam chose a different path. He started waking up at dawn to sketch, pouring his heart into designs that reflected his deepest passions. He took solo hikes, letting the rhythm of his steps clear his mind. In those moments, he wasn't escaping loneliness, he was discovering himself. He realized his happiness didn't depend on a partner, but on the life he was building with his own hands. This is what Stoicism teaches us. True freedom lies in controlling what's within your power, your thoughts, your actions, your values. Seneca wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Being single strips away the distractions of a relationship, giving you the space to harness that power. You can pursue a passion, save for a dream, or simply sit in silence, listening to the voice of your own soul. So, how do you cultivate this inner freedom? Start small. Dedicate 1 hour each week to an activity that's purely for you, something that sparks joy or challenges you, like writing, running, or learning a new skill. Let it be a sacred time, free from the need to please anyone else. As you do, you'll feel a shift, a growing sense of independence, a quiet strength that says, "I am enough." Being single isn't a gap in your story, it's a chapter of liberation. It's the chance to forge a life that's wholly yours, rooted in the Stoic truth that the greatest freedom is found within. Embrace this freedom and you'll discover a meaning that no relationship could ever provide. Reason 2. Solitude sharpens self-discipline. Picture a lone blacksmith in his forge, the glow of molten metal casting shadows on the walls. Each strike of his hammer is deliberate, each spark a testament to his focus. In the quiet of his work there's no one to guide him, no one to praise or correct him. His discipline is his own, forged in the crucible of solitude. This is the gift of being single, a chance to hone the self-discipline that transforms dreams into reality. In a relationship, it's easy to lean on a partner for motivation or accountability. A girlfriend might remind you to hit the gym, encourage your goals, or share the load of daily tasks. But when you're alone, the responsibility falls squarely on you. There's no one to nudge you awake at dawn, no one to cheer your progress. And that's where true discipline is born. In the moments when you must choose to act, not because someone's watching, but because you've promised yourself to become better. Marcus Aurelius, who led an empire through turmoil, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Solitude strips away external crutches, forcing you to master your mind. Without a girlfriend's influence, you confront your habits head-on, procrastination, distraction, or self-doubt, and learn to forge new ones. This discipline isn't just about routines, it's about character. It's about becoming a man who keeps his word to himself, no matter the cost. Take the story of Ethan, a 32-year-old teacher living alone after years in a relationship. At first, the silence of his evenings felt daunting. He'd scroll endlessly on his phone, chasing distractions to fill the void. But one night, inspired by a book of Stoic writings, he decided to change. He set a rule: no screens after 8 p.m. Instead, he'd read, write lesson plans, or exercise. The first week was tough. Temptation tugged at him, but each night he stuck to his plan. He felt a quiet pride. Months later, Ethan wasn't just more productive, he was stronger, more focused, a man who trusted his own resolve. Stoicism teaches that discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you're single, you're handed the raw materials to build that bridge. You choose when to wake, what to eat, how to spend your hours. Every choice is a hammer strike, shaping the man you're becoming. And with each disciplined act, you carve a life of purpose, one that stands firm against life's storms. How can you start? Pick one small habit to master. It could be waking up at 6 a.m. every day, writing 500 words each evening, or committing to 20 minutes of exercise. Track your progress in a journal, noting how it feels to honor your commitment. When you falter, and you will, don't despair. Reflect, adjust, and keep forging ahead. This is the Stoic way. Progress, not perfection. Solitude isn't a punishment, it's a training ground. It's where you learn to rely on your own will, to shape your life with intention. Embrace this discipline and you'll find that a meaningful life doesn't require a girlfriend, it requires only your unwavering commitment to yourself. Reason 3. Being single allows you to craft a legacy. Envision an architect standing before a vast, empty plot of land, blueprints in hand, the wind carrying the promise of creation. No one dictates his design, no one limits his vision. This is the power of solitude, a blank canvas where you can build something enduring, something that echoes beyond your years. When you're single, your time and energy are yours to shape a legacy that defines who you are. In a relationship, your focus often splits. Shared dreams, joint plans, and daily compromises can pull you away from your deepest ambitions. But alone, you're free to pour your heart into pursuits that matter most to you. Whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, or serving your community, solitude grants you the space to create something that outlives you. This isn't about fame or wealth. It's about impact, about leaving the world better than you found it. Marcus Aurelius, who bore the weight of an empire, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Being single gives you the time to stop arguing and start building. Without the demands of a girlfriend, you can channel your energy into work that reflects your values, work that becomes your mark on the world. Stoicism teaches that a meaningful life is one lived with purpose, and solitude is the forge where that purpose is shaped. Consider the story of Noah, a 35-year-old carpenter living alone in a small town. After years of prioritizing relationships, he found himself unmoored, his dreams buried under the weight of others' expectations. One evening, reading Seneca's letters, he decided to reclaim his path. Noah began crafting furniture, each piece a blend of beauty and function, donating some to local shelters. His workshop became his sanctuary, his creations a testament to his skill and heart. Over time, his work inspired others, and his legacy grew, not in applause, but in the lives he touched. Seneca reminds us, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." When you're single, you have the freedom to make your tale good. You can invest late nights in a passion project, volunteer to mentor others, or write a book that captures your wisdom. These acts, born in solitude, become your legacy, a story of a man who lived with intention, not distraction. How do you begin? Identify one project that aligns with your values, something you'd be proud to leave behind, like starting a blog, teaching a skill, or creating art. Dedicate 1 hour each week to it, treating it as a sacred commitment. Track your progress, not for perfection, but to see how each step builds something lasting. Let this be your Stoic practice, to create, not for others, but for the man you aspire to be. Solitude isn't an absence. It's an opportunity to build something eternal. When you're single, you're not just living, you're crafting a legacy that will stand as a testament to your purpose. Embrace this chance and let your life be a story worth telling. Reason 4. Solitude cultivates emotional resilience. Picture a towering oak tree in a storm. Its roots deep in the earth, its branches bending but never breaking. The winds howl, yet the tree stands firm, drawing strength from its core. This is the power of solitude, a training ground where you learn to weather life's emotional tempests, not by leaning on another, but by anchoring yourself within. In a relationship, a girlfriend can be a refuge, offering comfort when life's challenges strike. But when you're single, there's no one to soften the blow of a bad day, no one to share the weight of disappointment or fear. At first, this might feel like a burden, but it's a gift in disguise. Solitude forces you to face your emotions raw and unfiltered, teaching you to process them with clarity and strength. This is emotional resilience, the ability to stand steady amidst chaos, to find calm in the storm. Epictetus, who endured slavery yet found freedom in his mind, taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you're single, you learn to master those reactions. Without a partner to vent to, you must navigate setbacks, doubts, and heartaches on your own. Each time you do, you build a resilience that becomes your shield, protecting you from life's inevitable blows and preparing you for a life of unshakable purpose. Imagine a man named Caleb, a 29-year-old software developer. After losing a major project at work, he came home to an empty apartment, the silence amplifying his frustration. In the past, he might have turned to a girlfriend for reassurance, but now, alone, he had to face the sting himself. Inspired by Stoic teachings, Caleb sat down and wrote about his emotions, asking, "Why does this hurt? What can I learn?" He realized the failure wasn't his identity, it was a chance to improve. Over time, Caleb grew adept at handling setbacks, his emotional core as sturdy as that oak tree. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Solitude teaches you to tame that imagination. When you're single, you confront your fears and sorrows without distraction, learning to see them for what they are, temporary, not defining. This resilience isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, guiding them, and emerging stronger. How can you cultivate this resilience? Start by practicing a Stoic exercise called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Each morning, take 5 minutes to imagine a challenge you might face, like a work setback or a moment of loneliness. Visualize yourself responding with calm and reason. Then, when real challenges arise, you'll be prepared to face them with strength. Journaling can help too. Write about your emotions daily, noting what they teach you. Solitude isn't a weakness, it's a forge for emotional resilience. When you're single, you learn to stand tall, not because someone holds you up, but because you've built a foundation within. Embrace this strength, and you'll find that a meaningful life thrives not on external comfort, but on your ability to endure and grow. Reason 5. Being single fosters deeper self-awareness. Imagine a still lake at dawn, its surface a perfect mirror reflecting the sky and the depths below. In the quiet of solitude, you become that lake, seeing yourself clearly, your strengths, your flaws, your desires, without the ripples of another's presence. This is the gift of being single, a chance to know yourself so deeply that your life becomes a masterpiece of authenticity. In a relationship, your identity often intertwines with your partner's. You see yourself through their eyes, adjust to their rhythms, and sometimes lose sight of your own inner voice. But when you're alone, there's no one to reflect but you. Solitude invites you to ask the hard questions. Who am I when no one's watching? What do I truly want? These questions, answered in the silence of your own company, lead to a self-awareness that anchors a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius, who wrestled with the burdens of leadership, wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." Being single is that act of digging. Without a girlfriend's influence, you're free to explore your thoughts, confront your fears, and celebrate your passions. This self-awareness isn't just about understanding yourself. It's about aligning your actions with your true nature, crafting a life that feels whole. Consider the story of Julian, a 31-year-old photographer living alone in a bustling city. After years of relationships that left him questioning his worth, he embraced his single life. One morning, inspired by Epictetus's teachings, Julian began a ritual. He'd sit with a cup of coffee and ask himself, "What brings me joy today?" He noticed his love for capturing fleeting moments, strangers laughing, sunlight on old buildings. This clarity led him to pursue photography with purpose, his work reflecting a soul in tune with itself. Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Solitude gives you the space to define that what you would be. When you're single, you can reflect without distraction, uncovering what drives you and what holds you back. This self-awareness becomes your guide, ensuring every step you take is toward a life that resonates with your deepest values. How can you nurture this self-awareness? Try a simple Stoic practice. Each evening spend 10 minutes in reflection. Ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What can I learn? Write your answers in a journal, letting the act of writing clarify your thoughts. Over time, you'll see patterns, your strengths, your triggers, your dreams, emerging like stars in a clear night sky. Solitude isn't isolation. It's a mirror for your soul. When you're single, you gain the clarity to know yourself, not as others see you, but as you truly are. Embrace this self-awareness, and you'll find that a meaningful life flows from living in harmony with your own truth. Reason 6. Solitude expands your capacity for universal love. Imagine a vast forest where each tree stands alone, yet is connected through an intricate network of roots beneath the soil. In solitude, we too can tap into the deep connections that bind us to all of humanity, nurturing a love that transcends individual relationships. In the quiet of being alone, without the immediate demands of a romantic partner, you have the space to reflect on your place in the world. This reflection can lead to a profound understanding of the Stoic principle of cosmopolitanism, the idea that we are all citizens of the world, interconnected and responsible for one another. Solitude allows you to contemplate this interconnectedness, fostering a sense of compassion and love for all people, not just those in your immediate circle. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, captured this sentiment beautifully. Men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them then, or bear with them. This quote underscores the Stoic belief in the importance of community and mutual support. By embracing solitude, you can better appreciate this interconnectedness and develop a genuine love for humanity. Consider the story of Alex, a 34-year-old engineer who found himself single after a long-term relationship ended. Initially, he felt lost and isolated. However, he used this time to dive into Stoic philosophy, particularly the works of Marcus Aurelius. Through daily meditation and reflection, Alex began to see his solitude not as a void, but as an opportunity to connect with something larger than himself. He started volunteering at a local food bank where he met people from all walks of life, In serving others, Alex discovered a deep sense of fulfillment and a love for humanity that he had never experienced before. His capacity for empathy and kindness expanded, enriching his life in ways he hadn't imagined. Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from living in accordance with nature and reason, which includes recognizing our shared humanity and acting for the common good. Solitude provides the perfect environment to internalize these teachings and to cultivate a universal love that is selfless and enduring. To nurture this capacity for universal love, try incorporating a simple Stoic practice into your daily routine. Each day, take a few minutes to reflect on the common humanity you share with others. Think about the struggles and joys that unite us all, and consider how you can contribute positively to the lives of those around you, even in small ways. Whether it's offering a smile to a stranger, helping a neighbor, or simply being present for a friend, these acts of kindness reinforce your connection to the broader human community. Solitude isn't about withdrawing from the world. It's about finding the clarity and strength to engage with it more fully. When you're single, you have the freedom to explore and expand your capacity for love beyond the confines of a romantic relationship. Embrace this opportunity, and you'll discover that a meaningful life is one where love knows no bounds. Reason 7. Being single empowers you to live authentically. Picture a painter standing before a blank canvas in his quiet studio. There are no critics, no patrons dictating what he should create. He is free to pour his soul onto the canvas, to express his true self without compromise. This is the essence of living authentically, being true to who you are, unswayed by external expectation. When you're single, you have the freedom to be that painter. Without a girlfriend, you're not bound by the need to conform to someone else's ideals or to compromise your values for the sake of harmony. You can live according to your own principles, making choices that align with your true self. This authenticity is at the heart of a meaningful life, where your actions reflect your deepest beliefs and aspirations. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to wisdom, advised, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Being single gives you the space to define who you want to be and to act accordingly, without distraction or dilution. In solitude you can listen to your inner voice, discern your true desires, and pursue them with unwavering commitment. Consider the story of David, a 30-year-old entrepreneur. After ending a long-term relationship, he found himself at a crossroads. Society expected him to quickly find another partner, but David chose to embrace his singlehood. He used this time to reflect on his values and aspirations. He realized that his true passion was to start a social enterprise that helps underprivileged youth. Without the obligations of a relationship, David dedicated himself fully to this cause. He spent long hours researching, networking, and building his venture. His authenticity and passion attracted like-minded individuals and supporters, and soon his enterprise began making a significant impact on his community. David's life became a testament to living authentically, guided by his own compass rather than societal pressures. Seneca, another Stoic sage, wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." When you're single, you have the opportunity to learn what it means to live as your true self. You can experiment with your passions, test your beliefs, and refine your character without the need to align with someone else's vision. This process of discovery and alignment is what makes a life meaningful. It's the act of becoming who you were meant to be. How can you start living more authentically? Begin by identifying your core values. What principles are non-negotiable for you? What kind of person do you aspire to be? Write these down in a journal and reflect on them weekly. Then, make decisions that align with these values, even if they challenge societal norms. For example, if you value creativity, Dedicate an hour each week to a creative pursuit, like writing or painting. If you value justice, take small actions to support fairness in your community. Let your choices be a mirror of your inner self, reflecting the man you strive to be. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's liberation. When you're single, you have the unique opportunity to live authentically, to be the architect of your own life, guided by your own compass. Embrace this freedom, and you'll find that a meaningful life is one where you are true to yourself, living each day in harmony with your deepest convictions. Let's bring our journey to a close. We've explored 7 reasons why a man doesn't need a girlfriend to live a meaningful life, each rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Picture yourself as a lone voyager, standing at the helm of your ship, the stars above guiding your course. Solitude isn't a storm to fear, it's the wind that fills your sails, carrying you toward a life of purpose, resilience, and truth. From inner freedom to self-discipline, from crafting a legacy to living authentically, these Stoic lessons reveal a profound truth. Your worth isn't tied to a relationship. It's forged in the choices you make, the values you uphold, and the strength you cultivate within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Let this be your compass. A meaningful life begins with you, not someone else. So, take these lessons and act. Reflect on your values, build disciplined habits, embrace solitude as your teacher. You're not alone in this quest. You're part of a community of seekers, all striving to live with wisdom and purpose. If this video resonated with you, like it, subscribe, and share it with others who need this message. And don't stop here. Watch our suggested videos to deepen your Stoic journey. Your life is yours to shape. Live it boldly, authentically, and meaningfully, starting now.